like actually ready.
And we are live. Welcome back. You don't have to miss your favorite show because of the pandemic. Hopefully we have audio, which we do.
Oh, we always have audio.
Hopefully, hey, my stream is starting. That's nice. Hey, your stream is starting. That's nice.
It's beautiful.
We've got a few news topics this week. Actually, probably more than last week.
We have way more than last week.
News topic number 1, mute your phone during the
Core
stream.
gaming engine has gone into an open beta, and I can now download it when I feel like downloading it to try it out.
Nice. So you can build Fortnite 2.0.
Yeah, 3.0.
Is that the one we were talking about
Yeah,
last week or 2 weeks ago
yeah,
that you didn't like?
Yes, that one. Looks like this, but Core open alpha. A couple interesting on it. Let's see. I'll log in real fast. So we're just gonna go like this.
Oh, so you made an account. Oh yeah, I remember you applied for the alpha.
Log on in. Sure. It just says my name. This is what the account looks like. So there's already a couple games in here from my understanding.
Okay.
I wonder how we find them. There we go. Core Royale. I can't possibly guess what it is. But yeah, so here's the featured games. Core Plaza, Cannons and Corsairs, Core Royale.
Did you ever
Sniper.
play Roblox?
For like 2 days?
Yeah, this kind of reminds me of Roblox in a way.
It
Because in
does.
Roblox you could make your own games, and
Yeah.
all the games are community made.
So here's something a little different. Roll 'em. That looks different than all the other games as a gameplay function. Because like silly gun game or Sniper Alley.
Roland looks more like a mobile
Yeah.
game, like something you'd see on your phone.
Yeah, because then there's Weapon Wars. But then there's... It's almost like there's two different types of gameplays,
Mhm.
maybe? I don't know. I'd be interested to mess with it for a week or so.
Yeah. See if it's worth anything.
It's free.
It's
So
free, so yeah.
it's worth nothing.
At least nothing.
It's worth at least nothing. But yeah, some of the interesting parts is like they have a new to Core, make your first online game in under 10 minutes.
Oh, online too.
Yeah. Learn scripting. Unlock the power of Core with a guided tutorial to scripting.
In 10 minutes?
No, this
Wow,
is the
I
next
need
section.
this teacher.
Yeah. Yep, and then there's a couple games and such, but 10-minute intro video to get a game up and running.
It's pretty good, yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
Especially if it's legit multiplayer. Hey,
Wasn't on the keyboard, right? No, it's all over my leg.
I wonder if it's cross-platform or if it's just for 1 billion Windows 10 users.
That is a lot of Windows 10 users. Over on The Verge.
Which is the source of all good. The Verge will probably solve the virus going around.
Oh, they definitely will. Enough people.
But they
read
won't
it.
sponsor us.
Oof. But Windows 10 says they now have 1 billion active machines. I'm curious
That's a
on
lot.
the active machines. If it's 1 billion installs,
Mhm.
1 billion that are currently being
Activated.
updating. Yeah. Or yeah, even just activated versus just a pirated copy of Windows
Yeah.
10. I wonder what they
Or if it's actually 1 billion devices being used on a regular basis around the world. Because that would be the most impressive.
Yeah, because there's a lot of computers like this one that only
Mhm.
gets used once a week.
Yeah.
Or that one. But interesting nonetheless. It's a
It's a lot.
fairly big number.
That's 3 times the population of the U.S.
Wow.
Speaking of Microsoft, Microsoft Teams went down just as Europe was logging on to work this morning.
So, late last night.
Well, late last night, I guess, yeah. Because the time zone difference.
Yep.
So,
they use-
if you don't know what Microsoft Teams is, it's kind of Microsoft's alternative to Skype, more or less.
okay.
Which I think Microsoft may have bought Skype, but I'm not sure.
They do. They do
So,
use
It's like their replacement for Skype, for video calling and that kind of thing.
Okay, and it also is cooperative. So like you can share notes or stuff. I've never used Microsoft Teams.
Gotcha. So maybe some tech stuff too, in addition to whereas Skype is just primarily video.
Chat. Video chat.
Video chat, and then Skype also has instant messenger, but not like document sharing really. You can share a picture, or a link to a picture, I guess. But
yeah, from my understanding, Microsoft Teams is literally for teams to collaborate with each other.
Yeah.
So there'll be a lot of collaboration tools in there.
And as people are working from remotely out of the office because of the virus, more people are using Teams, which caused Teams to go down.
Which is an interesting thing, because along with our next topic, Teams being a business professional side, Discord then goes down in the United States.
And Discord is another voice chat app with some screen sharing capabilities and a lot of text channels too. It's basically, if you've used Slack for work, it's basically Slack, but for
not work.
Normal people. Yeah, for not work.
But it's very interesting that
they both went down.
And then a lot of people were saying that, I didn't hear anyone talking about how services would go down, like Discord or Teams.
Yeah.
But how ISPs wouldn't be able to keep up with all of the bandwidth being used from all of the homes.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, we're going to see just how underdeveloped all of these infrastructures are from Comcast or Spectrum or...
I feel like it's probably pretty taxed every day though after people get off work. Like around 6 p.m.
Yeah.
6 p.m. or 7 p.m. on a normal
Sunday
schedule.
Evenings or something.
Yeah.
You have a higher usage. But then if you have people not even at work and they're stuck home for social separation.
Yeah. Social, what's it called? What's the term?
Oh, man. I'm just forgot.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Don't.
Staying away from people and not infecting everybody and not getting infected. Yeah, so the paid stuff's going down and the free stuff's going down. What are we going to have left?
We're skipping over to 7 real fast because it blends in really well. Yeah. Because Teams and Discord and the services you pay for, Discord you don't, but Teams you do.
Yeah.
I'm curious if there is an argument for like a class action lawsuit or something, that if you're paying for a service to do work and then you don't have that service anymore, it's a loss of revenue.
Yeah. I bet you there's somewhere in the fine lines that say you can expect
outages during
1 or 2% of 1 or 2% of downtime or something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it was down for a week, there would be massive issues, and that would definitely be a lawsuit. So there's a line there somewhere.
Yeah.
It's just where is that line? Yeah. Where is that line? And a lot of schools now are closing down, or probably most schools at this point have closed down.
Schools.
If you're not aware of that, then
check out your school. You're probably not in school.
You're probably not in school. But that means that a lot of students are having to do work from home, and they might come from a lower income family that doesn't have internet.
Oh, that segue.
Yeah.
So Comcast has found a way to help the lower income families out through 2 ways, in my opinion. This is on the Comcast official website. I agree, your cookies. So the key takeaways, 3 steps. The speeds will increase from 5 down 2 up megabits per second, which is interesting. It's all capital instead of lowercase, but that's a whole nother thing. To 25 down 3 up. So you see like a 40% increase on download speed and a 50% increase on upload, which is nice.
So that's for people with existing accounts?
For all new and existing customers.
Okay, gotcha.
And it will become the speed of the service going forward. So they're raising the minimal up. So it went from like dial-up being the minimal to, it was probably 10.1, and then it goes to 15.2, and now we're up to 25.3.
Okay.
Interesting facts for both of these numbers, the 15.2 and the 25.3. If like you're watching Netflix, I believe you need a 4, so
4 down.
4 down, in order to stream Netflix properly. So you should be able to run 2 Netflix streams theoretically, just fine with 15 down, 2 up. So then that gives you kind of a
little buffer zone. Yeah,
it helps people understand what numbers.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. How fast the internet actually is.
And so the second key takeaway is key families who connect now. Or new families, sorry, who connect now will get the first 60 days of internet service for free, which is pretty much, it's 2 months free. So 2 non-billing cycles.
Yeah.
And then number 3, the Internet Essentials program is normally available to all qualified low-income households in Comcast service area for $9.95 a month.
Wow, that's insane.
The one thing, a lot of things I don't like with it, is Internet Essentials program. So it's not just like, here's the lowest base package. It's a program, and you have to be qualified low-income household and in Comcast service area. I'm not sure if Comcast service area just means Comcast is in that area, because Spectrum is a part of Comcast. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, so Comcast owns Spectrum.
Even though the name on the trucks is Spectrum.
Yeah.
So would that qualify as a Comcast area? I guess is the question there.
Because most of the area in the United States is a Spectrum area.
Which falls under Comcast, but may not meet this qualifier.
Yeah. And then what do you have to be a qualified low-income household? There's some legal document I'm sure you have to have.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have no idea what it is, but something to look at for 2 free months of internet and then $10 a month. Okay, to sign up, applicants must simply visit this site, internetessentials.com. The accessible website also includes the option to video chat with customer service agents in American Sign Language. There's a phone number. But I'm curious on what it would take to be qualified. One of the biggest arguments I saw on the internet is how garbage it is for the speed 25 down, 3 up for $10 a month.
Yeah.
And then the example is that most of AT&T Spectrum offer either 200 down, 200 up, or 300 down, 300 up for $50 a month. So if you divide it by 5, so you get to $10 a month, you're not at 15 or 25.
But most people have no reason to have 200
most
up and down.
But
yeah, I see the point there.
It's not really a comparison because you're talking about 5 times the price. It's the difference between buying a $20,000 car and a $100,000 car. Of course, the $100,000 car is going to be better.
But who needs a $100,000 car?
But who needs a $100,000?
Yeah.
And so
but it'd be like the $100,000 car getting 200 miles to the gallon, whereas the $20,000 car gets like 3 miles to the gallon. Yeah. So in terms of performance, but that's not a good example. That'd be more like saying the $100,000 car goes 300 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And the $20,000 car goes 60 miles an hour. Or 30 miles an hour, which you don't need to go 300 miles an hour.
Yeah. And if you're in a lower income, chances are you're in an area that's not, you might not travel as far for work. Most people don't travel the lower income don't usually travel as far for work, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And you might only go 30, but like,
yeah,
I don't know your life, so
yeah.
Find out if it works for you. At the very least, it might be 60 free days of internet.
Yeah.
It's worth looking into.
Of course, that's only a $20 discount.
Yeah. Check to see if there's a contract.
Speaking of stuff that's not easy, I guess.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Live streaming isn't easy. Not even for the government.
Joe Biden's first virtual town hall was an absolute technical nightmare.
So if you don't follow politics or whatever, I don't know. Was this the actual debate between him and Bernie Sanders?
I don't believe so. I think this was just him.
Okay, gotcha. Well, earlier this week, there was a debate between Biden and Bernie Sanders, the two Democratic frontrunners for president. Had a debate, and it was streamed virtually, and there was no crowd. A lot like how they were saying that they were going to do sporting events with no audience, just the players and coaches and video crews, but no audience, and then they ended up canceling them. Yeah. For the debate, they had just, I guess, the two guys, a TV crew, and probably some
and everything I read about
people.
It was everybody liked it that way.
Because sometimes when you have the crowd cheering, it sways the opinion, or just can sway the person asking the question or the two candidates. Yeah, just the whole tone of the discussion.
It's kind of like if we had a live studio audience, we'd probably be much more aggressive up here.
If someone was booing him, I would just keep at it. Yeah. Which is kind of how it can turn into with the debates.
Because, then you get a whole bunch of inertia, and it's impossible someone getting booed to get it turned back around.
But this looks like it's talking about a different.
Yeah. So, over here, it apparently started late. So first it began over 3 hours late. Let me start on a little more.
Wow, that sounds like the WAN show. Shots fired.
I think we started about 30 seconds late.
At least 30 seconds late. I think we started early 1 week.
Yeah.
But not 3 hours late, to be clear.
Yeah. So once it did start 3 hours late, he started speaking, and the staff had to cut it because there was no audio. And so his staff had to restart his entire speech because there was no audio, fading his campaign logo in and back out to signify that they were redoing the address. As he started reading off his prepared remarks again, Biden's audio was suddenly painful to hear and impossible to understand. At least until they replaced whatever mic he was using. At least they replaced whatever mic he was using with a smartphone.
So they didn't have anyone listening to it either before it was getting live streamed. Like, we don't have a producer here.
Yeah.
Listening to everything that's coming through our microphones out to you guys. But we've tested it and verified to make sure it works. And we can see the bars over here bouncing when we talk not bouncing when we can't talk.
Yeah, I look at the green bars to make sure they're bouncing. Then I look over at the live time. Mm-hmm. So we've been live for 17 minutes, 46 seconds. And then our drop frame rate is 2.3% at 730 frames. And then there's a giant green square that means to keep going.
Yeah. Like, it's not a professional setup necessarily. It's not like what the WAN show would have. It might just be the two of them in there. But like Lou later, his show, he has a producer who's actually listening to what he's saying. Or the Joe Rogan Experience, they have someone making sure that the audio is actually good so they don't waste 3 hours of their time.
Yep.
Talking where they can't be understood.
We just waste 3 hours of our time.
But then for this,
you would think that they would hire.
Because that's a really big thing for like the whole nation.
What's even worse,
or half the nation, whatever,
is that you could literally just plug a microphone into a phone and then live stream on the phone, and you could have probably had better quality than this. It's just hard to believe that something of this size wouldn't spend extra money.
And then right here beneath the Twitter link, it says, after his opening address was finished, as unintelligible as it was, staff opened up the call to questions. Mr. Biden's speech was garbled the entire time, the first questioner said before being cut off.
Oh, man.
And then they went on to the next questionnaire, and it was a few more seconds of dead air, and another supporter who seemingly couldn't unmute themselves before the town hall got its first real question.
Wow.
One time, his staff cut off the camera feed entirely because he walked so far out of frame. Am I on camera? Biden said once during the event.
Am I on camera?
The Facebook stream went up late and lasted around 4 minutes before going dark. Someone commented, Joe, you need a new technical team. They're making you look bad. So basically, our stream is hire us?
We should be running for president, is what you're saying.
Whoa there. Don't get any ideas.
Run for president, they say.
It'll be easy, they said. Judging from our experience, it would be way more expensive than we expect.
Yes.
Anything we get into is way more expensive than expected.
Speaking of things that are more expensive than expected, this podcast, audio vodcast with video and casting, was sponsored by Nephew Tech.
And J Mart Media. Jay Mart Media. Not J Mart Media.
NEP.
Don't worry about him. He can't read. Speaking of audio,
or that one.
Amazon Music. Their new app tells artists how fans request their songs via Alexa. Wow.
What number is this one? Oh, 6. Got it.
Right off the bat, that seems like a keyword campaign for YouTube. You want to know what the people are searching for, so you can name your videos.
Yes.
So they'll get the best results. Is what it sounds like off the bat after not having read the article.
That and the having something super unique in your audio. So like if I said, you know that whistle song. You probably know what songs. You probably know if you.
There's like 2 or 3 songs. Yeah.
There's like 2 or 3 whistle songs that have the whistle in it.
Yeah.
And like
But if you Google that, it'll pop up and you'll see the different
page.
artists. One will be like hip hop. One will be an old song from the 40s,
1920s or something.
Yeah.
And so this is super interesting to see for composers or artists to see what makes their song memorable to people.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool.
And apparently, further down in this article, it says that Alexa Play, is the second most popular command for the device behind Alexa Set a Timer.
Yeah.
So it's used a lot.
I'm surprised it wouldn't be like ALEXA.
Mm-hmm.
What is
the boiling point of water?
Yeah.
Or what is
my commute today? Or what is the weather? But that's interesting. I could understand play being the second. That makes sense.
And also the fact that it's such a precise few words in a row.
Yeah.
I guess it's just 2 actually, isn't it? Alexa Play.
Yeah. Because then we play my home.
Whereas there's a lot of ways you could ask, how long is my commute? What's my drive like?
Yeah, that's true.
How long will it take me to get to work? So because it's a specific command, it could be that it's rated higher on the list of phrases that are used. But
because I don't believe YouTube lets content creators see what people search for to find their channel and such. But then like Google AdSense and Facebook ads will tell you words that people search for to find you.
It's somewhat limited, but if you go to the analytics panel, somewhere in there, it'll show, maybe if you go to Video Manager and actually pull up a video.
Because I was using Google AdSense for like 6 months. Mm-hmm. And it was interesting to see how many different ways you could spell my last name.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, wow. That really is a hard word for
the
majority of people to spell.
Wow. Maybe I can't view the analytics stuff now because they moved everything over to
that new
layout. I think they did.
Analytics. Let's see.
YouTube search.
I'm going to keep going real fast while you look for it.
I know it's on my phone.
This one I know a little bit about, so we'll go this while you look for it real fast.
Yeah.
Amazon, Apple, and Google, and smart home networks of the such team up to make your smart home work together. This is interesting. not work together as so much as you could say, hey, Amazon Smart Home, tell Apple's Smart Home to do this. Not in that sense, but they're making a universal standard so that if there's a smart device, it doesn't have to have 17 logos saying it's compatible. It could just be smart compatible. Is from my understanding of the article. They say the one bad thing about this is it's not taking effect overnight, of course.
Yeah.
So you're still going to have products released that's only compatible with Amazon's or some that's only compatible with Google's. But the idea is that you could buy a smart light switch and it just works with all smart home devices.
I wonder if some of the stuff will be software, strictly software. Like
And
you can
just
upgrade
do
your existing
firmware
Amazon
upgrades.
Home. Yeah. Rather than having to buy a
Yeah.
whole new device. Actually, knowing these companies, you'll probably have to buy a whole new device because that's another device they can sell you. But
Yeah, it may also be up to the manufacturer of the light switch. They may release a firmware upgrade,
true.
and you could probably download their proprietary app
Yeah.
and then upgrade your light switch's firmware. But I will never use any of these until they make an offline mode.
Which we've talked about before.
Which part of me is curious is if you just connect them to a router and then not connect that router to the internet, if it
What would happen?
because it would then have an IP address. I wonder if it has to have an internet.
Obviously, for certain things like answering questions, it would. But what
But
about
then-
for turning off on and off light bulbs?
Yeah.
I bet a lot of them actually would need internet access. But I can't say that for sure.
Yeah. I'd have to find someone with them to help me out. So if you do own a smart home, try disconnecting the internet wire out of the back of your router. Usually it's the yellow port, most of the time, or blue. It's the one odd port. Everything else we connect into everything else. But disconnect from the internet so the router stays on, plugged into everything else. And then ask your device to turn on and off your light switches and see if it works for me.
Let us know.
And probably comment it on his video because he'll read it.
All right, so
And you're already watching on his.
I'm on my YouTube Studio Analytics, and you may not have this because
I don't have enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
but you can see from one of my videos, which is hosting a Python script on the Google Cloud service, which is like their online cloud service that you can host your own scripts on, because that's what the video is about. And it shows traffic source, suggested videos, external, and then YouTube search. And under YouTube search, it shows you
here we go.
different keywords that were used.
So this is his layout. Obviously, not enough traffic data to show this report.
And it's YouTube search on the right there.
Right.
What does that say?
Oh, you're good. Proportions of your total traffic, 100%.
Okay.
And then it has one word.
Mine has 5 different options. It has Google Cloud Python, which got me 0.3% of my views, Python script, which got 0.3% of my views, Python, which got 0.2% of my views, etc., etc. So you can somewhat see what words people are using to find your videos. So if you see one of them performing well, you could maybe edit the title of your video.
Yeah.
To hopefully get more views because maybe more people are searching for it. And you're still sharing your screen.
Yeah, I was seeing if I can find one with more words on it.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, then I can see the sources. This is one where I shared on several forums and such.
Okay.
But then yeah, so someone searched the word Samsun.
Can you click see more there?
It takes me to that fancy page of other stuff,
Oh, gotcha.
and I have no idea what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Don't
So
give away my revenue amount.
keywords.
Use them. Also, update the date on your live stream video,
Hey.
which we'll be doing right now. Not 3/9, is it?
If you notice your YouTube videos going down, say you have a channel. Well, since this virus stuff is going around, a lot of
videos are getting
workers
sick.
are, a lot of YouTube employees are moving online. And YouTube said that it's going to rely more heavily on automation for its moderation.
So here's a silly question off the bat. Why can't the moderators do it at home?
I'm sure they will be, but maybe they're going to... It says, the first key point says, the company says, as it's shifting employee schedules and environments, and as a result, expect slow and occasional inaccurate content removal. So just not necessarily that they can't work from home, but that it's a change and their schedules are going to change and blah, 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 I guess. And it seems like the way it works is the AI takes down the videos based on whatever criteria, and that can get, what's the word? The person who uploaded the video can contest that and say, hey, we don't think that should have been taken down. And then an actual Google employee, YouTube employee will review it and either get it put back up or keep it removed for violating Google's policies. So YouTube said that temporarily they will start relying more on technology to help with some of the work normally done by reviewers. So the virus is even affecting YouTube.
And not just the videos that are uploaded.
Yeah.
A bunch of videos you get to see that are uploaded. Is that everything?
That is all the news.
So we talked about the gaming engine. Talked about a billion users on Windows 10.
Yeah, a million users would be
amazing.
Nothing for Microsoft.
If they watched it all on Tech. Microsoft Teams went down. The Discord goes down. Somehow live streaming is difficult.
Unless you're us.
Yeah, then it's like second nature. Music artists can see what makes their song memorable. Comcast is giving away 2 months of internet service if you qualify, so check that out. If your YouTube video is taken down, it could be because it is automated now.
Yeah.
And then smart homes are going to try to make a standard, and then we're going to find a vulnerability in this standard.
RIP.
And then they're going to release a whole new wave of products, and everything you just bought is going to be wasted. Because that's how this all works.
Sounds about right.
And that is our 9 topics.
We will check about that next week.
On either of these channels.